Hey, good evening, everybody. It's John Wayne Mullins, and I'm Mr. New Dad. Um, Things are going really well. I hope you're having a great week. I just want to get on here and just kind of give some updates about Mr. New Dad, where I'm at, where we're going. I just finished up my first um, mastermind group with my first group of dads, and it's been awesome to see how this idea that I had and how this has turned into what it's becoming. And um, regardless of what season of dadhood that you're in, I'm learning that dads of all ages, whether you're a brand new dad or you're about to become a dad, or you've been a dad for a few years or 10 years, when it comes to vision, when it comes to uh, communication and establishing those communication, having those conversations with your son or your daughter or your spouse, having that community, that brotherhood, all of these things matter. I know this from the years of experience I've been working with leaders, but when it came to dads, when it came to that community, you know, there wasn't anything really there. If you go to any store, any bookstore, library, when you look up the resources for dads, there's just there isn't much, and so that's why I created Mr. New Dad. What was basically to be able to offer a resource for brand new dads, people who are about to become a dad, or dads who have been learning as they go. That was the common answer most of the time that I would get when when I started seeking that guidance or seeking that wisdom from other dads, was that, oh, you'll figure it out as you go. And I just didn't like that answer, and I knew that when you come together in a space, when you come together in a space and have a facilitator or have a coach and go over content, the conversations that can rise out of that, whether it's you pouring into someone else, or you being poured into, or you having somebody that's going over that content, it stirs it stirs emotions, it creates conversations, it creates friendships that we didn't realize that we needed to have. And that's what Mr. New Dad, this mastermind, is. That's what it's about. It's really designed to help you answer some of those questions that you may not really realize that you need to answer, or it helps you to get clear on and have those conversations about your role as dad, the limiting beliefs that you may be carrying into your marriage or into your role as dad. Because let's face it, every every man, every woman has had a different experience, and almost has a different definition of what being a dad looks like. And so these conversations that I've been having with many dads is around that. It's like, what kind of dad do you want to be? What kind of dad do you want to be? Who is he? What are the limiting beliefs, the false identity, the narrative that you tell yourself about what kind of dad you are, or what a dad means, or what a dad is? And does that line up with the type of son or daughter that you want to raise? Many dads don't. When I ask them that question of, what kind of son or daughter do you want to raise, and that's on you, that's on your leadership, that's on your ability. And I think that requires so much intentional effort. And but what I'm realizing is that you can't do that alone. You shouldn't do that alone, and you're not going to do it alone. Just like, I've heard this phrase said before, but if you want to go somewhere fast, you go alone. But if you want to go somewhere far, you go in a group. And when I think about, raising children, leading ourselves as men, leading ourselves as dads, it's something that often, unfortunately, most dads, the reason they fail is because they don't have that group, or they're trying to do this on their own, and they don't have that community of men where they can just either get poured into, like I said, or where they can pour into other people and establish those friendships. And so this has just been It's been amazing. It's been awesome to lead this effort, to lead this first group, and it's already turned into the next one. And I'm creating an ongoing mentorship group out of that. So it's just continuing to get better. So my ask is, this is who I'm looking for, is our dads. Either a brand new dad, that dad who you're about to become a dad, or you've been a dad for, a year, 2 year, 5 years, 10 years. I had someone in my last group who'd been a dad for about 10 years. And you have experiences, you have wisdom, but then you can also get yourself better. You may need some of those questions and conversations to be had about what is my role in this season of dadhood, and how am I being that dad? What are the conversations? How do you have those conversations? Or maybe you need to kind of have a conversation with yourself or your spouse about, where you're leading your family or where you're leading your kids, and what kind of impact or example that you are setting. And so um, there's always opportunity to learn, and there's always opportunity to get better. And so even if you've been that dad for a few years, you can certainly get better, and you're welcome. So if you know a dad, or if you are that dad who just wants to get better, wants to improve himself, both personally and professionally, uh, improve his relationships, and get a crystal clear focus on your vision, your role, your legacy, your values, your strengths. All these things matter. But by going through this course, it helps you get there. It helps you get crystal clear. And then at the very end, you get to share this vision, share this vision board, this statement, not only with our friend, the people that are in the group, but you get to share it with your spouse. You get to share it with your family and say, hey, this is the type of dad that I want to become. And it's pretty awesome to see when a group of guys get around a circle or in a room, because we all do this virtually, and share that vision, share their vision, what they learn, what they're learning, and the type of dad that they are going to become. And so if that sounds like you, feel free to either message me directly, email me at john@johnwaynemullins.com, or comment below, and I'll feel free to reach out to me directly, because I'm only taking a handful of dads through this at a time. This is my second group, like I said, and each one is going to continuing to get better and better and better. But I'm only taking 8 to 10 dads through this at one time, really just to be very intentional about that group size. And so I'm looking for a few more dads. If that sounds like you want it, like I said, feel free to reach out to me. This is a 3-month commitment. We meet every week. We have a weekly teaching for about 20 minutes where I come on and teach, and that's all on you. It's self-paced, so you don't need to log into a Zoom room or anything like that. You just watch the video, you take notes, you fill out the worksheet if that's your style of learning. And then once a week, we get together virtually and we go over either the worksheet or just have conversations about what we're learning in that week and how we can continue to make ourselves better around that specific topic. And so, like I said, it's 3 months. We meet weekly, and yeah, be ready, because it really is that good. I'm biased, but I've just been getting so much good feedback from the last group of dads, and they want more, and we're continuing that, and we're continuing on into a mentorship group. So I'm excited about that. So help me out, and like I said, I'm excited about this, and if you can't tell, so until tomorrow, or until the next time I speak on here, which I've got a few people I'm lining up right now, so I'm going to be back on the weekly rotation where I'm continuing the podcasting, bringing on other dads to hear their experiences as new dads. And if there is someone that I should meet, or if there's a topic you would like me to discuss, feel free to reach out to me or comment below and let me know. So thanks, guys, and I will talk to you later. Take care.